Welcome to this section of mental health education. Healthy ways to gain rebalance of autonomic nervous system is the topic of discussion today. I'm Shakila Devi, counsellor, psychotherapist, and pulmonary rehab specialist. Without any further ado, I hope that introduction is sufficient. I would like to jump into the topic today. So what I'm trying to cover in this video today is I'm going to teach you about 10 techniques and tips to tone your body's parasympathetic nervous system. As we discussed in our last section of the video on befriending your intrusive thoughts with body chemistry, we have spoken about activating our parasympathetic nervous system to calm down our body so that we can process our emotion, the intrusive thoughts, in a healthy way, so that our emotions are not getting trapped and it's no longer negative and trapped, and we can process emotions in a healthy manner for a meaningful life. So that's the goal of this section, so that we open up our willingness to process those emotions and travel in a meaningful life path. So before I dive into the first technique, I would like to ask you to do a small task. Grab a pen and paper. Have you? I believe so. You've got a pen and paper with you. Now, rate your anxiety level on the scale of 0 to 10. So once you've done rating your anxiety level on the scale of 0 to 10, now I'm going to dive into the first technique. Vagal tone deep breathing. What it means. It is about focusing on our deep breathing, on our diaphragmatic breathing, especially deep belly breathing, and that will actually slow down our sympathetic activity and triggers our parasympathetic activity. So for this, take a comfortable sitting position in a chair or on the ground. Now, place your hand on your left wrist and feel your pulse. So your left wrist and feel your pulse, okay? Hopefully, I believe so, everyone knows how to feel the pulse. So taking your fingers, 3 fingers, okay, and placing it on the radial artery on the left side of your hand. So just below the hand, okay, where the wrist is, not exactly the hand, okay? So feel your pulse for 15 seconds. So once you feel that your pulse is not too high or not too low, then you're ready to go. Okay, so the normal pulse rate is between 80 to 120. So you should actually not be fluctuating below or above. And any people with a kind of anxiety, hyper-anxiety states while doing this practice or session with me, please do avoid doing anything unless you have a sufficient support around you to monitor what you're doing. So let's dive into your technique. So I would like you to take a deep breath in through your nose and breathe out slowly through your pursed lip. Again, deep breath and slowly breathe out. Remember, while doing this, you're still maintaining your fingers on your wrist, feeling your pulse rate. So you're going to repeat this for 5 to 6 times or 7 to 8 times for some people. When you start to feel your pulse rate is getting slower as you're breathing out. Okay, so it depends on people when they actually feel this. And also not in a bad way, your pulse rate is not going to below normal level. It will be within the normal, but slower than before. So this actually indicates that your parasympathetic nervous system is triggered and your body is calming down as well. And this is one way as well to strengthen your parasympathetic vagal tone. Okay, so you can repeat this for 4 to 5 times during the day for 5 to 10 minutes as your time permits to strengthen your vagal tone. And again, I'm going into the next technique. And before this technique, I would like you to do the same thing. Grab a pen and paper on the same paper which you did before. Rate your anxiety levels from 0 to 10. And now, because you've done the first technique, already your anxiety levels should have been calmed down. And now note down your anxiety levels. And if it's a calmer level, if it is very low number or 0, it's really a good news. But you can still practice the next technique to get to understand how to do it. Okay, so I'm going to dive into the next technique, the emotional freedom technique. So I'm a certified emotional freedom techniques practitioner. The emotional basis of emotional freedom technique is it works on the energy meridians, and it improves your lymphatic drainage and induces a calming effect by grounding your self-awareness. So that is very important for your body's parasympathetic nervous system starting and getting into the healing process, a calm healing process, okay, to process the emotions in a healthy way. So what the emotional freedom technique involves is it involves tapping. So that is the main tool to get into this mode of healing status, drain your lymphatic things. And we are going to tap at certain points, and I'm going to, as you can see on the slide here, I'm going to actually describe you or demonstrate to you how we are going to do. Again, take a comfortable sitting position, and we're going to use your index and your middle finger to tap on and activate the energy meridians in your body. And let's start. And remember, I would like you to do the tapping for 8 times at each point. Okay, so we are going to start with our palm. And you see the lateral part of the palm at the upper mid part of your palm, lateral side of the palm. We're going to tap it for 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Some people can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're going to move to your collarbone. You can either do it with both your fingers, sorry, both sides, not both your fingers, both sides, and so that you're getting the effect. So do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now you're going to move to your chin, and you can use one side of your hand, and so you start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you're going to go to your above your lips in the center notch below your nose, and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you're going to go to the lateral side of your eyes and go on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you're going to go into your middle side of your eyebrows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you can do the center of your forehead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is actually one cycle, completes one cycle. Some people also actually involve under your armpit. I'm not included in this routine. And again, you can actually then going top, bottom to the top, and then top to bottom. So starting from your hand, you're going up towards your forehead, and you can reverse the action down. Okay, and the second time when you're doing and reversing your action, following in a downward direction, you can use some affirmative sentences like while you're doing your tapping of your forehead. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. So do it 8 tappings and say it 8 times. So what you're trying to do is, while you're actually getting your self-awareness, you're also reforming your negative labels to a positive label. So that is one way of actually getting your mind calm and also relabeling your negative emotions to a positive emotion. So hope you understand, right? So this is one way of actually tackling the processing of your emotions in a healthy way. Now, moving on to your third technique. This is a very good technique, and I like it very much, and I do it every morning when I wake up. So it is softening your eyeballs, okay? So softening your eyeballs, what I mean is try to close and open your eyeballs. So try to close and open, or close and open. So try to close and open your eyelids. Sorry, I mentioned eyeballs, eyelids. And this action triggers your parasympathetic response, okay, the rest and the digest response, and induces a calming effect in your mind, and it gains locus. So take a comfortable sitting position. I do it, as I said, once I wake up in the morning, sitting in my bed, and your shoulders out, chest out, and closing your eyes, focusing on your breathing as well at the same time, and open your eyes slowly. Again, closing your eyes and opening your eyes slowly. Again, closing your eyes and opening your eyes slowly. So this is going to soften your eyeballs, and this is actually a grounded technique used by Buddhists and those who actually meditate as well. So it is effective, you can trust me, and you can try out this technique. And the fourth tip I could give you is the ice pack and the cold water on your face. When you're very stressful, go to your bathroom, splash the cold water on your face, or go to your fridge, take ice pack, put on your face. Okay, so this is again going to trigger those parasympathetic response, rest and digest, and induce a calming effect. And the fifth one is the laughter, the humor. Okay, so this is one of the easiest way without no side effects, so people can actually have a daily dose in their life, but we most of the time overlook it and we forget it. Okay, so to prove that, there is a research confirmation from Lee S. Book, published several studies earlier that humor, effects of humor on the hypothalamic pituitary axis that regulates the hormones, and the sympathetic nervous system that regulates the autonomic reactivity to any threat or stressful situation. So what is shown is the laughter actually decreases the cortisol and epinephrine levels and increases the activity of dopamine, um, um, and regulates the brain regions involved in reward system. So you're actually feeling that kind of a rewarding or achieve something in your life. That kind of good feel hormones is actually triggered when you're actually exposed to laughter or listening to someone laugh. Okay, so humor also has been shown to increase the production of antibodies and endorphin, boosting the body's immune system and natural pain control system. So when it has a loads of this effect, for some reason we humans don't actually get ourselves exposed to this humor a lot of time because of our judgmental views and a perspective from whatever we say or act. So then the sixth tip is yawning. So yawning, as you might be aware, when you see someone yawning, it is like very contagious and you start to yawn as well. But for your information, it's also good. So yawning activates the parasympathetic nervous system, in turn that reduces your stress levels and lowers the risk for high blood pressure. And crying is another way of relieving your stress. So researchers have confirmed that crying activates your parasympathetic nervous system. Though the benefits are not immediate, the benefits appear after several minutes of shedding your tears, and you feel a great relief. Have you experienced that you go to someone and vent out, open up your heart and vent out as much as you can and break into tears? So that is one way of releasing your stress and anxiety, and you will be doing in a stressful environment only, and that is actually going to be having a very calming and soothing effect on your bodies, on your body and mind ways of acting on that situation. And other way is the mindfulness or the integrated body mind training or the yoga. So this is actually having better results for these forms of techniques to handle your stress, anxiety, and depression. So your mental health is actually reformed because your parasympathetic system is activated and you're self-regulating your emotions in a healthy manner, in a relaxed manner. And also it has been proved that the mindfulness and integrated body-mind technique and yoga, which involves both the body and mind actions, are more better ways of activating your parasympathetic system compared to the relaxation alone. And the other technique, methods, not technique, the other methods is very simple and we hear all the time: physical activity for a healthy way of lifestyle. So the physical activity induces a rebalance between your sympathetic and parasympathetic response, and that is one way of actually balancing your stress. We all actually are, with the COVID challenges, stressful, and we are all so happy when the lockdown was relieved and we are able to go back to the gym or the walking or whatever it is. So, and socializing. So this is one form of processing your emotions in a healthy way. And finally, sex. Sex can have a healthy way of triggering a healthy cycles of sympathetic and parasympathetic responses, inducing a calming effect into your body. So the sympathetic response when you reach the orgasm, and then the parasympathetic response when you reach the rebound. So it is one way of processing your emotions in a healthy way if it is done in a healthy manner. And finally, I have come to a close now, and I have no words than a thank you for traveling through this session with me in a calm mindset, I believe so. And I would also like to leave you with a quote from Buddha: "The mind is everything. What you think, you become." So that is very well clear. I believe so from the sessions of the previous one, befriend your intrusive thoughts with your autonomous nervous system or the body's chemistry, and also the healthy ways to process your autonomous nervous system. I would like to again remind you to share and subscribe, and also leave your comments, and also your suggestions for future sessions, what you'd like to discuss in mental health and lung health. And bye for now, and have a good day.